I'm Hannah. Thank you so much for joining me. In our practice today, we are doing a sequence which is focused around twisting, releasing, and letting go. So I hope that you'll enjoy it and get some benefit from it, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We're beginning sitting up. So you can sit in any position at all that's comfortable. You can sit on the knees like I am, or if you want to sit cross-legged, that's absolutely fine. You can use a cushion, towel, anything at all that you might have on hand, just to get those hips nice and high, either in line with the knees or higher than the knees ideally. And if sitting on the ground doesn't work for you, then please feel free to grab a chair and sit in that instead. So however you are choosing to begin your practice, I'll invite you to close your eyes. And if that's not comfortable, leave them open, but see if you can soften your gaze. And let's just take a moment to bring ourselves into the present. So just noticing the breath. You don't need to change your breath. Just noticing the natural breath as it comes in and out of the body. And then taking a moment to observe the body itself. So just noticing how the body feels, what sort of sensations are in the physical body right now. Noting both pleasant and unpleasant sensations. And then let's also take a moment to check in with the mind. So just acknowledging the thoughts that you're having. Acknowledge the mood that you're in right now. And just check in and notice the speed that your thoughts are moving at. Now, we're not trying to change anything at all in these first few moments of our practice. We're just observing, we're just checking in, and we're just seeing where are we at right now. Breath, body and mind. Beautiful. And we're going to take a slightly deeper breath in on our next inhale, trying to fill the belly with air. A slightly deeper breath out, either through the nose or maybe gently through the mouth. So 2 more rounds of breath like that. Inhaling deeply, expanding the belly with air. Exhaling gently. Feeling the belly button draw back in towards the spine. 1 more round of breath. And breathing out. You can either keep your eyes closed, or if you prefer, you might like to blink them open slowly and carefully. And staying as we are sitting upright, I'd like us to simply begin to drop our right ear towards our right shoulder. So we're just stretching to the side of the neck. And if this feels enough, just stay here for a few breaths. If you want a little bit more intensity, you might just reach the right arm up overhead and then just very, very gently and carefully just drape that right arm over the head. So we're not forcing the head down, but we're just allowing that arm to carefully be a bit of an extra weight if it's needed to stretch a little bit more intensely along the neck and the top of the left shoulder. And taking 1 more breath here, and again just seeing if as we breathe in we can focus on filling the belly with air. And exhaling ideally through the nose. Beautiful. If that arm is over the head, carefully release it. Let the breath just flow in and out. Take a moment as you bring that head back into center, aligning head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, maybe lengthening a little bit taller through the neck, up to the top of the head, through the spine. And let's take that to the other side, left ear, just gently inclines towards left shoulder. And as you find a point that feels enough for you today, bring your awareness back to your breath. And again, decide if you need a little bit more intensity. Maybe that left arm begins to wrap up and over. Gently draping over the head if it's needed. It might not be needed, so feel free to leave the arm by the side of the body instead. And just focusing on the breath for a few more moments. Breath into the belly. Breath out of the belly. Beautiful. Shoulders soft, especially that right shoulder. Allowing it to soften. And as we finish our last breath here, we'll begin to just gently release that left arm if it's over the head, drawing the head up through center. And again, we're just going to take a few breaths here. You can have the eyes open or closed just to feel that length through the spine. So maybe just observing the body once again, letting the shoulders soften, checking that head is positioned over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Wonderful. Let's make our way into butterfly position. So however it is that you are sitting, how you may need to adjust so that we bring the soles of the feet together, just a comfortable distance from the groin. We're going to bring our hands onto our ankles or feet or shins, and we're going to use the hands to lengthen through the spine. So as we grow tall through the spine, I want you to think about engaging your lower abdominal muscles. Belly button and the top of your pubic bone need to hug together towards each other. It's quite a strong lower abdominal contraction. So engage that lower abdominal area, engage your pelvic floor muscles, and then try to lengthen the spine as much as possible while keeping this area contracting together. Shoulders soft. Just take another couple of breaths here. Good, beautiful work. I'd like you to reach the arms forwards, hands coming in line with chest and shoulders, and if this feels enough, simply stay here. I want us to focus on keeping that lower abdominal contraction and still continuing to lengthen through the spine and being able to breathe. Okay? So option 1 is stay here. Option 2, if you want a bit more intensity, take the arms up towards the sky, seeing if you can bring the biceps in line with the ears. If they don't reach, that's fine. Just take them as far as you comfortably can. We're still contracting that lower abdominal area. We're lengthening through the fingertips, shoulders are soft. Just a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Wherever the arms are, bring them all the way down to the ground, fingertips reaching forward, so finding a bit of length through the spine now. We're not folding all the way down with the head. This is more of a hinge from the hips. So keep thinking about having that idea of length through the spine. Okay, staying here. I'm just going to move side on so that if you need to, you can have a little look at where we're hinging from the hips. Beautiful. So we're going to turn this into a little bit of a twist. So I'd like you to take your left fingertips. For some of you, it may be the palm of the hand that reaches the ground, or for some of you, you may even be able to press your forearm down on the ground. So whatever works for you, but left hand, arm, fingertips in the middle of your mat. Bring your right hand to your right knee or thigh, and then we're just using a little bit of resistance. Hug the belly button into the spine, and we're just rolling the chest open to the right ever so slightly. You take your neck into this as far as it feels comfortable, pushing the shoulders away from the ears. Another breath here. Beautiful. As we exhale, gently unwind, come back to center and change sides. Right hand, fingertips or a forearm down to the mat. Left hand comes to the left knee or thigh, and then again, we're just pressing both hands down. So press the right hand or fingertips or arm into the mat and press that left hand against the left leg to build that resistance to spin open through the chest. Continuing to breathe. Beautiful. Exhaling, come back into center. And this time, take the hands forward, let the head drop just for a moment. You can round out through the back here if that feels good. Breathing into the hips. Lovely, walking the hands in, just curling up through the spine, nice and slowly. Stacking head over shoulders, over hips, and then using the hands to draw the knees together. Let's come into our all fours position. So again, just mindfully moving yourself on your mat or your space, wherever you are today. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Ground down through the hands, spread the fingers. A little bit of softness in the elbows, and let's just take a few rounds of cat and cow. Breathing in, the belly softens, head looks forwards or up. Exhaling, hug the abdominal muscles in. Round out through the spine, beautiful. Just taking a few more rounds at your pace. You're just moving with your breath. This practice is quite slow and gentle. It's up to you how intense you make your twists today. But a big sort of theme or focus when I teach sequences that are based around letting go and releasing any sort of stagnant energy or thought patterns that don't really serve us. So we really need to be gentle with ourselves. So we also need to sort of honor a sense of acceptance with how we're moving. Beautiful. Just finishing off the round that we're on. Coming back into that all fours position. Good. Take a moment just to lengthen through the spine. Engage those lower abdominal muscles once again. Tuck the toes when you're ready. Let's lift the hips up into our downward dog. So maybe you take the hands a little bit further forwards if you need to. And lifting the hips high. Just taking a couple of breaths here. We're not staying here for too long, making sure that we are finding that sense of dual motion through the spine, so lifting the sitting bones up, 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 pressing the heels down, 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 pressing the top of the head down towards the ground and the floor away with the hands. Breath comes in and out. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to take a couple of rounds of dynamic movements here. So on your next inhale breath, glide your way forwards into a high plank. And as you breathe out, we're just pressing back up into our downward dog. Exhaling, folding back up. Let's do that 2 more times. So these are nice and slow with your breath. Inhaling, gliding forwards. Exhaling, hug the abdominal muscles in. Be strong through the arms. 1 more time. Inhaling. Exhaling. Beautiful. Let's take a big step forwards with our right foot when we're ready, and it might be more than 1 step. Take as many steps as you need to get all 4 corners of that right foot flat. Left knee lowers down. Left hand stays on the mat. As you breathe in next, twist towards that right leg. Hug the belly into the spine. Fingertips rise. As you breathe out, thread the arm down. Come back into that lunge. Do that 2 more times. So as you inhale, hug the belly in, twisting up towards the sky. Exhaling, thread the arm down as you unwind. 1 last time. Inhaling. And exhaling. Beautiful. We're going to inhale that arm up 1 more time. Now keep breathing when you get there. And option 1 is just start to reach those right fingertips behind you. Okay, maybe you look down over the shoulder towards the arms. You might stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, if it feels safe for your left knee, and you can crawl that left hand a little bit further forwards if you want. You can sink the hips down so we get a bit more of a stretch into the groin, or you might even float that back foot up, left toes, grabbing a hold if you can reach out with that right hand. This can be quite an intense place to be, quite a deep stretch. So listen to your body. Observe your sensations. Always remembering if anything feels too much or painful, then we back off. We ease off right away. Working with your breath, with your body, observing the thoughts as they arise in the mind, observing your reactions. Beautiful. If you're grabbing hold of that back foot, slowly release. Carefully, carefully, carefully. And you're going to take that right arm all the way back up. And then bring the hands down. Beautiful. Let's shift into a child's pose from here. Just mindfully bring that right knee back. Hips to heels. Heart and head melt open towards the ground. Well, you're welcome to stay here as long as you need. When you feel ready to, I'll invite you to slowly come back into your downward dog shape. Once again. No rush getting there. And just pausing for a breath or 2 when you get here, and give the head a bit of a gentle shake. Find that foundation, ground out through the hands, engage the lower abdominal muscles. Beautiful. In your own time, let's bring that left foot forwards as many steps as you need. Finding that lunge on the other leg. Right knee lowers. Your right hand's going to stay grounded. When you're ready, let's wait for an inhale breath. This time the left arm reaches up as we twist towards that left leg. Belly hugs into spine. Exhale as we thread down. Coming back to our lunge. 2 more times like that with your breath. Inhaling to twist. Exhaling to unwind. 1 more. Exhaling. Beautiful. So we're inhaling to take that arm up 1 last time. We're going to continue to breathe. We're going to pause here. Then slowly, slowly seeing what feels good for us. Maybe that left hand reaches down and back. And we might just stay here looking along the shoulder or the fingertips. If that feels too much for the neck, we can always turn the head to look down instead. And if it feels okay for that right knee, we might very carefully float the leg up. Maybe we pause here. If you can reach the foot or toes, you might grab hold. Okay, breathing wherever you need to be today. And taking a moment to come back to observe the breath. Observe the sensations in the body. Observe what's coming up in the mind, what's passing through. And slowly begin to release, unwinding through reverse. And as we come back down, we're shifting forwards this time. We're going to bring the right foot forwards to the left into a relaxed forward fold. So you can have straight legs if you want to, or you might like to bend the knees softly, maybe wrapping the hands around the back of the calf muscles or knees, and letting the head relax. Grounding down through all four corners of the feet without letting the toes clench. Just having a moment here, coming back to the breath. Beautiful. Very, very slowly, just begin to let the arms come down to the ground. And we're just gently bending the knees, sinking the hips low. Great. We're coming down into our sitting bones, coming back into that sitting position once again. And I'd like to invite you to come into your double pigeon pose, which can be a very intense posture. So I will give you another option. As option one is to come into Sukhasana. So just having your right shin crossed in front of your left and trying to stack your heels and knees as closely on top of each other as you can. So the legs are a little bit further away than we would normally have sitting cross-legged. If you can go a little bit further than this, if you can try it and you can go back if it feels too much, but you have the option to take this right heel on top of your left knee. Or you can find the squishy bit on the thigh, it doesn't have to be right over the bony knee. Okay? So it's entirely up to you. It doesn't matter how high this knee comes. If it feels manageable and you can sit up tall and long, then it doesn't matter where this knee comes to. Now, whichever option you're doing, Sukhasana or double pigeon, or square or box pose it's sometimes called, see if you can lightly flex your feet. It's going to just help stabilize your knee joints and keep them safe. Okay? So wherever you're choosing to be, take a moment to sit up tall. Send the breath into any areas that need it, possibly around the hips or the glutes. Find the length in the spine, soften the shoulders. Just do a little bit of space clearing. You can keep the eyes closed throughout this, or of course they can be open. But as we take our next inhale breath, I want us to reach the arms out and up overhead. You might like to imagine as you bring the arms up, that your palms are always clearing the way through space. Now, as you finish your inhale, ideally get those fingertips all the way up to the sky. Then as you exhale, just gently begin to press the palms down through the space in front of you. Okay? So again, see if you can almost visualize these palms just clearing the space. Okay? So clearing away anything that you don't need, any negativity, any worries, any anxiety, anything that can be released. Releasing it, letting it go. Okay? Push it down to the ground. Let's do that again as you breathe in. Reach the arms up. Noting the palms. Exhaling. Use the palms as you press down through the space in front of you. Just releasing, clearing away anything that we do not need. Creating a little bit more space for ourselves to invite in the things that we would like. Press it down to the ground. Do that one more time. This time as you inhale, breathe in and imagine your palms lifting up any goodness, any light, anything that you'd like to invite and bring into your life. And this time as you press the palms down, imagine yourself just gently inviting those things to come into this space around you. Beautiful. The palms just come back to rest on the legs, the lap. Take a moment to just note if the spine still feels tall. And then gently, let's just take our right hand or fingertips down to the ground, either out to the side or behind us. Bring your left hand just on the other side of your left knee or thigh. Keep the spine long, hug the belly button of the spine and just slowly begin to twist. Doesn't matter how deep into this you go, but I want you to focus on twisting the lower part of the spine first, then the chest, and the neck and the head. If you want to bring the neck and head into this, you don't need to. You can just keep the chin right directly above the sternum. That's always an okay thing to do in twists. And we're really focusing on twisting through the lower part of the spine here. The head and neck is only if it feels okay for you. Okay, beautiful. We're going to slowly untwist. So untwist the upper spine first. and then release through the lower spine. Okay, carefully, especially if you have this right leg stacked on top, use your hands if you want. Carefully take the legs apart. If you want to give them a little bit of a shake out, maybe just extend the legs for a moment, give them a wiggle. Maybe you just want to sit tall, maybe you want to fold forwards. Anything at all that you want to do for a couple of breaths, just to reset. And then we'll prepare to take that on the other side. So there's no rush at all. But when you are ready to reset, taking the left leg in front this time. So option one is to come into Sukhasana, left leg crossed in front of the right, and then trying to see if we can get our shins forwards and our heels and knees pretty much stacked on top of each other. If you want to go a little bit further, then you have the option to stack that left heel on top of the right knee or on the thigh. Find a nice squishy bit of skin so it's comfortable. And then wherever we are, we're flexing lightly through the heels to keep those knee joints stable. Okay. And you find the place that works for you, taking a breath, centering yourself, grounding down through the sitting bones, growing tall through the crown of the head, softening the shoulders. We're going to take those 3 rounds of space clearing once again, if you'd like to. So joining me, inhaling as you reach the arms and the palms facing up, out by the side of the body, reaching up to the sky. Exhaling, you're just clearing away anything that didn't quite get cleared away properly a moment ago when we were doing this. If you feel like everything did get cleared away, you might just be inviting the good in at this point. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so just moving with your own breath. 2 more rounds. As you inhale, the palms reach up. As you exhale, we gently press the palms down through the space in front of ourselves, clearing out the old, the stagnant, or either inviting in the new, the light. Whenever you finish your 3rd round, there's no rush at all. Just let your palms come to rest on the legs, in your lap, wherever feels comfortable, maybe the ground. Take a moment just to be here. And then when you're ready to, we're going to slide that left hand down to the ground, either out to the side or behind us. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee or leg. And then we're just lengthening into a twist. So hugging the belly button into the spine, twisting from the belly button into the spine, lower spine twist first, then the upper spine. If you want to bring the head into this, it comes into the twist last. Keep the shoulders pressing down away from the ears. And keep trying to feel that connection all the way from the base of the spine to the top of the head. So press down through the sitting bones and tailbone and lift up through the crown of the head, hugging in those lower abdominal muscles. Beautiful. Slowly unwinding from here when you're ready. Top of the spine releases. And the bottom of the spine comes out of the twist last. Well done. Use your hands if you need to onto that leg as you take them apart. Again, maybe just give the legs a bit of a shake. Maybe take the legs out in front if you want to take a little forward fold. I like to have a little fold after twisting. Usually feels really good for my spine. So just take whatever your body naturally wants to do in this next moment. And we're slowly going to make our way down onto our back when we're ready. On our mat. As always, take your time, move carefully, move gently. And as we come all the way down onto our back, I'm going to invite you to hug the knees into the chest and just gently rock the lower back for a moment here. Beautiful. Then we'll take a nice long stretch out to reach the arms overhead, point the toes away. And just lengthen long for a moment, let the back arch, the chest open. And then just gently let everything begin to unravel, taking a moment in Shavasana. So letting the palms lie face upwards if you have the space out by the side of the body. If you're a bit compromised with space, you might like to bring the hands onto the belly or the chest. Just whatever feels comfortable and can allow you to really let go for this last minute or so of our practice. Either having the eyes closed or a soft gaze. Simply bringing yourself back to observe the breath. Observe the body and the feelings in the body. Observe the mind and the thoughts that are there. Maybe just giving yourself permission to really let go. Let go of any physical tension in the body. Let go of things in the mind that you don't need to hold on to. Let go of controlling the breath. Just allowing ourselves to be in this totally natural and uncontrolled state. Just being authentically who we are. Now, if you have some time in your day or your evening right now to stay here in your Shavasana for a bit longer, then I'll invite you to stay here for as long as you can or would like. If you are ready to finish your practice or you need to get on with your day, then I'll invite you to very carefully let the fingers or toes stretch, gently draw the knees in towards the chest, getting ready to bring yourself down onto one side. And then just carefully pressing your way up into any sitting position on your mat. The eyes can remain closed or you can just have a soft gaze. And whenever you do come to sit, take a moment to sit tall. Align head, shoulders and hips on top of each other. Engage the lower abdominal muscles to support the lower back. Let the shoulders be soft. Taking one last breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And if the eyes are closed, let them open one more time. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.